Are you ready for a dose of modern luxury? Literally, we are at the Modern Luxury offices in Atlanta. Hi, I'm Eve Vincent Martinez with Fashion Auto TV, and joining me today is the one, the only, and the most fabulous Deanne CAGLE HECKERT.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
I am so excited. Deanne, I think I've known you, you know what, I've lost count. And I don't know why we've not done this before, but I'm glad we're doing it now. So
Me too.
Thank you.
Of course.
It's really a treat to be up here on the 23rd floor in Buckhead. This is pretty fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. This is our new office. We move every couple of years, but I think this might be my favorite office yet.
Well, I hope you keep this one. We're going to do a tour later and just look out these windows because the views are stunning.
They really are. And it's beautiful on amazing days like today, but you should see it in a storm.
Oh, well, I don't mind seeing it in the storm. I don't think I want to feel it in the storm, though. That would freak me out.
Fair enough.
So let's talk about your role at Modern Luxury. You are the market president. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? What does your day-to-day look like?
Yeah, so I am market president for Modern Luxury here in Atlanta. Atlanta is actually Modern Luxury's corporate headquarters.
I didn't know that.
Right. So although we have 22 markets with 85 titles, what I think people forget is that it all started right here in our backyard here in Atlanta. So when I started for Modern Luxury, we only had one magazine. Now again, 85 titles in 22 markets. We're the largest luxury media company in the country.
Well, those are bragging rights.
And as market president, I am responsible for overseeing the entire corporate market, which is a big job. In Atlanta, we have 6 titles, which you know. So you guys will see us out there, the Atlantan, Jezebel, Interiors, Weddings, Charity and Social Date Book, and Medicine Plus Doctors. So you'll see those out and about. But because this is corporate headquarters, we vet every concept, every idea here. We test every concept, every idea here. We create the framework and the protocol and the procedures for rolling it out nationwide. And then we deliver it to the other markets in a nice package that they can replicate.
So what you're saying, if you travel to New York, you've got Manhattan. I was just in Miami. You've got Ocean, right?
Mm-hmm. Ocean Drive.
Ocean
yes.
Drive. So Atlanta has a say in those publications a little?
Yes, I like to think that the basic ideas and business principles were all tested and vetted here and given to them in a package in which they could easily incorporate into their market with their own je ne sais quoi, right? That makes sense for a Miami, for a Houston and Dallas, for Chicago, for an LA, for even a Hawaii, right? Those are all nuances that have to be changed for those cities. But the basic principles, practices, and business verticals came from corporate headquarters here in Atlanta.
What makes for a good publication?
So I think we at Modern Luxury can break it down to one sentence, which is connection to community. You need to know the community you're in. You need to love it. You need to live it every single day. You need to be out there. You need to know the people. You need to know the different sections, right? We have 6 magazines here that all speak to a different audience. And if you are really entrenched in the community and you're delivering each one of those audiences what they're looking for and what they need, then I think that's the recipe for success here at Modern Luxury.
What I find, as things moved from print to digital, mm-hmm. Not everyone maybe has done it so successfully. Modern Luxury, on the other hand, you have seemed to find just that perfect balance between digital and print. What is the secret there?
It's hard because people know us for the print and they love the print. But for us, everything is a fully integrated campaign. So if you are seeing it in print, it is amplified in digital. It's amplified in social. You're going to see it in an event concept that's going to come to life. You're going to see it with influencers. You're going to see it in video. For us, nothing is just one piece anymore. It hasn't been for years. And I think that's the secret to success. If you're just doing the one thing, that's not enough for anybody anymore. It's got to be doing all of the things together. It's innovation, it's creation, it's evolution, it's taking risks. No risk, no rewards around here. And so we're never sitting still. We're constantly innovating at Modern Luxury and trying new things. And sometimes those are really successful.
How did you get into this industry in the first place?
So I do love my story, right? Because it's very special to me. I mean, everyone's story is special to them, but I was born and raised in Atlanta. I'm fifth generation Atlantan, which is crazy,
wow. Yeah.
right? And I didn't know what I wanted to do in college, right? None of us really know what we want to do in college. And my mom says, listen, you really need to start looking at this Jezebel magazine. And so I see my first copy of Jezebel magazine, and I'm like, this is it, right? And she says, it's a racy name.
Oh.
You're too young to have a subscription. You can't get a subscription yet.
I thought she was going to say, you're racy. You should go.
No, she doesn't say that. She says, no, this, Jezebel is a little bit, it's a little too edgy. You need to wait a couple of years.
Oh.
So on my 21st birthday, I get a subscription to Jezebel magazine in my stocking stuffer for Christmas.
Oh, gosh. Seriously?
Seriously. And so from that moment on, I'm still thinking, when I graduate college, do I want to go to New York like any other person in fashion does, right? And she says, I think that Atlanta's for you. I really think you should pursue this Jezebel magazine. And so I come for an interview and I get an internship. And I start as an intern for Jezebel at 22 years old. And I remember the Dickey family, who owns all of Modern Luxury, saying, listen, if you do a great job for us, whether there's a desk, whether there's a computer, whether there's a phone, we will make a position for you, right? We never let go of talent. And it really stuck with me. And I worked so hard on that internship. Long days, long nights. My interns still do that now. They know what that's like. And sure enough, there was no desk, and there was no job, and there was no computer, and there was no phone.
Oh, gosh.
And they still made me an offer. And so I became an account executive, and then a senior account executive, advertising director, associate publisher, group publisher, and then market president.
Well, part of your role, well, I don't know what, your job description entails, but I do know, because I go out as much. And I think we met through an event.
Absolutely, yes.
You're out there. You're like the queen of Atlanta. I mean, you are at every event, every big and small event. There's Deanne.
Well, I love that you perceive it that way. And I do go out a lot. I mean, I'm probably at least 3 events a week. But we also divide and conquer. I have got associate publishers and publishers for each title. And they go out as well and speak to the Modern Luxury brand, to the title. But I consider the events a perk. I get to talk to people that I love and I respect and I adore. And I get to catch up with people who have inspired me and motivated me. And so I love that piece of my job. Sometimes it's a date night for me and my husband. Sometimes it's a chance for me and my mom to have a little time together. My brother even occasionally is my +1, right? But we are lucky in that work and play in our industry very much go hand in hand.
You mentioned your mom. If you're the queen of Atlanta, she's the queen mother, because yes, your husband Sean is often at these events too, but it's your mom. I mean, you look like sisters, first of all. She's fabulous, and I just love, I'm a mama's boy anyway, but I love that your mom is at just about every event with you.
Yes.
How wonderful is that? Let's love on her a little bit.
It is really special. I think that she is the only person who loves my job more than I love my job. And, since me and Sean had our daughter, she's 7 now, there are times where he just doesn't want to go out. So she comes over ready to babysit, and she has her babysitting clothes, but then she's also ready to throw on an evening gown or a cocktail dress if need be. And, you really appreciate that time. As we get older, you appreciate that special time with your mother, with your family members that you have. She loves coming to the events. She can talk to anyone. She knows basically everybody. And you get to see that parent look, that light in her eyes when she sees me on a microphone or up on the stage. So we're very, very lucky that we get to spend so much time together.
Yeah. You have been co-chairing, you've been hosting, you've been, really more high profile than just attending events lately. And Dancing with the Stars has been a really big one for you.
Yeah.
You've competed
Yes.
You've won, of course. You've hosted, you've co-chaired. Tell us about that event
Yeah.
and what it means to you.
Yeah. So I danced in 2015, and it became very special to me because I can still hear the sound of my dad, his voice cheering for me that
Yeah.
night. And it's something I hope I always get to hold on to, is that sound. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at the age of 64.
Oh,
In
that's so young.
perfect health. He was still running half marathons 6 months before diagnosis. He passed away just 3 years later at 67. And so Alzheimer's is a cause that's very close to my heart. When they asked me to chair it for years, I just wasn't ready. I mean, you have to go through those stages of grief. And finally, in 2023, I decided this is my year and this is my chance to honor him. We did a record-breaking $1.3 million. So it's a 2-year commitment. I will be co-chairing again in 2024. So now it's, can we beat that record?
Right.
We'll see what we can do.
Well, you set that precedent, so that's on you.
So we're going for 1.5 million.
You
1.5
can do
million for Dancing Stars of Atlanta 2024.
Wow. Let's talk a little bit about fashion, because
Yes.
we love fashion. You love fashion. You are fashion, and you probably, I don't think anyone in Atlanta wears an evening gown better than you.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
I see your
you.
picture. I mean, on Instagram, I see you in the magazine, and I mean, you are always just shining and just perfect style. So, I mean, is this something you learned when you started in pageants, or is this something that just developed over time?
So I've always loved fashion, and I think it's maybe either in your blood or it isn't. But what I would say is that I am highly against fast fashion. I believe that you buy something you love. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be inexpensive, right? Whatever you love, you should buy that and you should wear it. And when I tell people that, the next question out of their minds is, oh, but you style it differently. No, I got it right the first time.
Yeah,
I don't need to restyle it. I can wear it exactly how I wore it the first time because it was perfect.
exactly.
And so I believe that the secret is buying stuff that you feel good in, buying stuff that you love, and just wear it, right? You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to think that people are going to remember that you wore it. I wear evening gowns over and over and over again, and I still get new compliments every time. So to me, fashion is a lot more about feeling good, you feeling good yourself, than anything else.
What are some of your goals now? I mean, I don't even know that I should even ask you this question, because you've done so much, and you're already in this great role with modern luxury. But I mean, where are you going? Where do you want to see yourself go?
Yeah. So not to give you a pageant answer, but I would say it's always my goal to be a godly woman. It's always a goal to be a great wife and a great mother. And as far as the career goes, you know, I think that what we have created here in Atlanta for modern luxury is really special. We've got a lot of tenure here, a lot of superstars here. I've got people who've worked for me for 17 years. I've got people that some of the least tenured have worked for me for 11 years. And they really have been incredible from the beginning, but we've fostered them, we've grown them, and they have brought new skill sets and new ideas and new concepts to the table that are invaluable to the company. And I think that that role across the company should exist and needs to exist. And I think it will exist, right? That new talent development type role. So we're in talks about the next stage, but it'll be a more national role for sure.
So what words of wisdom would you share with an aspiring stylist, a photographer, an editor?
So presentation matters. From everything from how you look to how you carry yourself to your resume to everything in between. That would be my number one lesson, is that when you come in for an interview, feel good and come ready, do your research. And then when you get the job that you want, come every day ready to work. You know, I get a lot of questions of, you know, listen, I'm working so hard, I'm doing all these great things, but I'm not seeing the success that I want, or I'm not feeling the success. And so what I say about modern luxury is, for every piece of glitz or glamour comes blood, sweat, and tears. And so if you're not getting the glitz and the glamour and the glory, right, like that's not coming to you, Are you bleeding?
You're not bleeding.
Are you sweating? Are you crying? Because we are doing that every day and we love it. I love the challenge. I love how hard it is. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, but certainly comes with those glitz and the glory and all the perks, but you don't get those without the hard stuff. So ask yourself, are you bleeding? Are you crying? Right? Is that happening? And then if it's not, maybe that's not why you're not getting where you need to be.
Deanne, I absolutely love you. I'm thrilled, honored, happy to be here. I mean, really, thank you so much for your time.
Honey, it was a great day.
I mean, I love to be in this office, so thank you. We are in on the 23rd floor in Buckhead.
That's right.
Really want to have a little tour of the offices. Would you?
Absolutely, of course. Let's do it.
Walking tour of modern luxury. Come on.
All right. Welcome to the Modern Luxury Corporate Headquarters.
I feel very special.
Come on in.
So we literally just walked in through your doors.
Yes.
Now we're to next.
All right, so we of course want to acknowledge the beautiful art that is always inspiring. This is one of your favorite artists, who's also a friend.
A friend, Alexi Torres.
Yes, yes.
Es un cubano, right? Igual que yo. He's Cuban like me.
I love it. I love it. Come on in, guys. So this is our large corporate meeting space. So we've got a lot of people, got a lot to talk about, or we need a lot of room. This is the office. This is where the brilliance happens.
I was going to ask. That's where all the magic happens.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's conveniently located right across from the bar.
Hello. Why didn't we set here? I mean, it's 5 o'clock.
That's right. Perfect timing for a cocktail.
That is nice. Okay, close that door, please.
We'll do that after. So this is the editorial lounge. So not only do they have desks, but they have this creative zone where they can sit back, they can relax, they can prop their feet up. Welcome to the Modern Luxury Sales Bullpen. So all of these cubicles on a regular day would be full of people making cold calls, creating proposals, doing some creative things with print, digital, social events, and even video. And so this is where a lot of the genius happens on sale. And one of the things I'm really proud about is, as a past intern myself, we put the interns right in the center of the action. So they sit at the table right there, and that way they can be part of all the conversations.
Yeah.
They can hear all the ideas. They're really submerged in what's happening in modern luxury.
I mean, literally. Yeah, that's great. A little intimidating, though, I would think. But hey, like what did you say earlier? I mean, you've got to bleed, sweat, cry.
Yes. If you're not doing those three, then you might not be doing it right.
Right, so this is where it happens.
The CEOs, the CFOs, the owners of Modern Luxury. This is Michael Dickey's office.
Okay.
This is my office right here. This is John Dickey's office, and we are headed to the CFO's office as we speak.
Okay.
Yes. Well, in true modern luxury fashion, we don't just have a CFO. We have a cool CFO.
A cool CFO.
Yes, so he needed a neon sign, an open concept office,
Great.
so that we could come and visit him and talk to him. He has an open door policy all the time.
Well, he has no doors. It's totally open. I love the sign, bringing next to now.
That's right.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really special when inspiration and collaboration carry over into every level of the company. And this is where we get to take a moment to ourselves. You've got our break area, you've got our kitchen with, I'm sure, one of the world's largest espresso machines.
I think maybe Little Havana might have you beat, but maybe not. This is a pretty big one.
Yes. So this, of course, in the morning is a line of the girls and guys waiting to get their stock.
In the morning they're here, in the afternoon, after 5 they're in the liquor closet.
They're in the liquor closet, which is right there.
Yeah, so we've looped around. It's fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. We love it. And with a new space comes new inspiration, new motivation, new ideas. So it's exciting.
So are you here every day?
Every day. Every day, full hair and makeup, full clothing, ready to go, ready to meet people, every single day.
You wake up like this.
Oh, exactly.
We know you.
Exactly.
Thank you for the tour. It's fabulous.
Well, thank you, Vincent. We've been friends for such a long time. I'm so glad we finally did it. Oh, so good. It's so good.
Thank you. Little modern love here. I love it. Thank you.